You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
Okay. Hey, welcome to the podcast for people whose mamas died, by people whose mamas died. It's called No Mama, No Manual. I'm Tiana.
I'm Brittany.
And today, what is we talking about? Our mamas had died. And yeah. But additionally,
you gotta get the intro right, dog.
That was a good intro. That was a good intro. It's now we have to transition to the topic. We're getting there. But no, we're talking about habits today and how they change after such a huge loss like losing your mom. There are a lot of ways we can go with this one.
This is unscripted. There's no script. There's no projector. It's all off the dome. We want to start with good habits?
We can start with good habits, and in our good habits, maybe let's even go to, health, right? Like both of our mothers, they didn't die from anything outside of their bodies, right? Their health failed them. Mm-hmm. So what kind of habit changes did you make? Mm-hmm. Positive ones.
I was always, let me not say always.
I could say, in 2012, you had in the gym.
So remember, that was the summer I lost all my weight, though. Yes. So I didn't show up. We did a summer program together in college, the summer of 2012. Mm-hmm. But I didn't show up in shape. I left in shape, but I didn't show up in shape.
Oh.
Because that was kind of like the beginning of my fitness journey. So fitness had been important to me, but part of that was because, again, my mom's arm stopped swinging.
Right.
It was like she couldn't really, some of that was because I was like, okay, I got to get my mom in the gym. Because I was like fake trying to rehab her shoulder. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of like how it started, actually. Before we even knew anything was like seriously wrong. Because that was like 4 years before she died. So it was like a long kind of progression. That was kind of how it started. So I got in the gym trying to rehab my mom's arm. But then I liked it. I kind of got vain. Some of it was about vanity. Like, in the beginning, it was like, ooh, I like this. Mm-hmm. I like the way I feel. I like the way I look. But then after my mom died, it really wasn't about vanity at all anymore. It was about being here for my kids and their kids. For my kids has been a theme in my life. I want to do things. I have a goal, actually, sidebar. I want to beat my grandkids in a foot race. I don't know if my grandkids ever going to challenge me to a foot race, but if they do,
you would like to win.
And I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they wait till they're 18 to do it, okay? Uh-huh. I want to be able to smoke them.
Honestly, I just want to meet mine. I didn't meet my grandma on my mom's side. She passed away 10 years before I was born. So at the time, I think my mom was 23. Mm-hmm. And then my mom passed away when I was 26. So she not gonna meet my kids, her grandkids, but I really want to meet mine, which is like counterproductive because I don't even got no kids yet.
But it's a goal. I mean,
it is a goal. I'm not saying I'm gonna rush my kids to have kids, but like future kids, if you're watching this, can you kids? Not too soon, but like.
Not on the podcast.
The internet is forever. Anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of what, after my mom passed, that's what triggered my health journey. So she passed away October 2018. I ate myself into oblivion until the end of January 2019. And then February, I was like, all right, I'm going to be vegan. And then I remembered that vegans don't wear animal products either, which directly clashed
not gonna work for me
with my West Side ideology. Because I'm from Detroit, baby. I need my meat. And I need my puffs. Right? Like, I'm so sorry to the animals. So I've decided to be plant-based, right? So I follow a mostly vegan diet now. Every now and then I will eat some fish, like when it comes to Louisiana. my fish is on the menu.
Vacation is
it is what it is. But I also really love food. Yeah. And I don't want to live in a constant state of denying myself. So if it's something I never had before, I might have it.
You gonna try it?
I might.
I think what happened to me when my mom died was I started to look at everything as a choice. That was either going like add or take away. It became that simple. So one way my mama's death changed me was if you're not adding, you taking away. And that's not just like with food, health, that's with anything, right? That's with friends, that's with, in some ways that has become toxic, but we'll talk about that later. But if you're not adding, you taking away. There's no kind of neutral with me. And so with food, it's like, you know, is this something that's adding to my ultimate goal, which is to smoke them grandbabies in a foot race, okay? When it comes to alcohol, however, I'm going to have me a beverage. One beverage, maybe two. I'm not going to like drink my liver into a struggle, but and it's going to taste good. I am an unofficial, I'm going to add some, I use frozen fruit instead of ice. So technically.
So it's healthy.
Technically, I'm getting my servings of fruit. But I think I started to make choices like that, where it was like, you know, if I eat this, which is weird, right? Because I'm 25 years old, but like, it was like, is this going to serve me when I'm 45, 55? And I really started to think like that after my mom died.
I think for me, I won't call it a habit because I still struggle with the consistency of the thing. But looking at working out differently, right? And it's like, okay, why am I doing this? Oh, because I want to meet my grandkid. Now, granted, I'm not in charge of that. Niggas could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Literally.
But whatever the Lord has.
Walk out your house.
Whatever the Lord has. But like, if it comes down to, like you said, choices, if it comes down to the thing that I'm choosing, I am choosing to work out on this day because it may help me to meet my grandchildren.
That's real. And on that, I'll piggyback off of that. And the mindset is like, it's something I get to do, not something I have to do.
Ooh,
that's been helpful. Because believe it or not, I don't love working out. Again, it was rooted in vanity. Like it didn't begin as a health decision, right? Yeah. And so I didn't love it, but now it's like it's something I get to do. My mom lost her ability to walk, move, and so one of my goals for getting old in general, I want to wipe my butt to the day I die, and I want to tie my shoes to the day I die. Or at least be able to slide them things on, okay? Yeah. If I got to get some Velcro, I just want to be able to attach the Velcro, okay? Because that was hard. So some of that, I won't call it vanity because I don't think it's about how I look, but it is about maintaining my independence. Because it's not just like dying. I want to die well. I don't want to go out like struggling. I really don't. And it's wild because like I've been thinking about this since I was 25. Like I want to die. First of all, I want to die fast. I know that sounds dark, but I want it to be quick. I don't want it to be I found out I was dying 4 years ago and everybody had to be
dying ever since.
Technically we're all on our way out, but I just want it to be fast. But I don't want it to be a struggle. I want to like be funny till I die. I want to be fun till I die. I want to die. I almost want to die in a fun way. But we can talk about that another episode.
Oh, Lord. You know what? No, that's another habit that I picked up. I have considered my own death way more than I ever did before my mom passed away. Like, talking about the shit that I want at my funeral, like, hey, yo, don't let nobody that don't know me eulogize me.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I will come back and haunt you.
Do not Photoshop my picture.
Because I will come back and haunt you.
With the angel wings.
In the clouds.
In the clouds.
You're not trying to be in the clouds.
Oh. But that's estate planning and like end of life planning is a whole nother episode. But like, that is, I be thinking about it. Like, what is people gonna say? are people gonna tell jokes? Like, if y'all don't tell jokes at my funeral, I'm coming back to get y'all.
If you don't play Return of the Mac at mine, I promise you, it's not for me. It's for you, okay? Because if you don't play it, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
They got in heaven, like, just all type of stuff.
It's important.
Yeah, that's a very strange habit.
Return of the Mac to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on my way back. I'm on my way back.
Okay. All right.
I thought it was good. Whatever, dog.
Anyways, yeah. So, wellness. Like, overall wellness.
Yeah.
The way we consider wellness, what it looks like, how we go about obtaining and maintaining wellness. What about habits as far as, like, people go, or your relationships, or...
I feel toxic when we talk about this, but my patience is gone. So first of all, I would say this. When my mama died, one of the things that I remember about her and admire her, because one thing we'll talk about eventually is the not so positive things about your parents, right? Because, like, they were human, but of the things, and there were many that were so positive about her, was her, like, she was just so unselfish. She didn't charge people she just gave things away. Like, she would get a new couch and get the one that was basically brand new. She would just give it away. And it would just be like, ma'am, you could have got some money for that. But she would just, like, give the shirt off her back. And I think I picked that up because when you do things, you should just do them because you have them, right? You give it because you have it. And that became, like, a law for me in my life. But the other side of that is, like, if I don't have it, I'm not doing it. And that became like a firm. I'm not running myself into the ground for nobody. I'm not overextending myself. I'm not going to be depressed. I will do what I can to the best of my ability. But if I can't, I can't. And if you can't understand that, you ain't my people. And it's like that simple for me. And that's been interesting in a lot of different relationships. But I will say that my people are my people. And I know that. Yeah. I know that. And it wasn't just because, it's people that they grab the mic at the funeral. Like, I'll always be there for you, right? That's not what I'm talking about. Like, the people in my corner are the people in my corner because they can tolerate me. And that requires prayer. I mean, that's not easy. I mean, shit. Like, everybody can't do that. So I would say that it's made me very, I don't want to say I'm black and white, but I am my no means no and my yes means yes. And then I have no apologies, like zero. I got none.
I think for me, a habit that I picked up, a positive one, is trying to, like, being more considerate of my last words to people. So trying to make sure that even if it's not necessarily positive words, that they are at least, the words were at least spoken with love. Now, you may not like what I have had to say, but know that I love you. Like, and that's been another habit too. I say I love you a lot. A lot. Like, to people, it really don't matter who it is. I'm going to tell you I love you. I have not been stingy with my I love you. I say it every day to the city of Detroit. Like, I love you. I love you. I do. And I be trying my absolute damnedest to make sure that I mean it too. Because I know that was a big thing for you and your mom. And after you telling me about it, it's like, damn, I do mean it. I do. So, like, letting people know that I love them.
Yeah.
And encouraging people to, like, mend fences. Like, you don't gotta stay beefed out, but do the person know that you love them? Or, especially when it comes to their mama, like, oh my God, I hate this. She doing it, just like, you only got one. One day.
I don't know. Well, that could be another episode because I think we took different lessons on that.
We probably did.
Because I just feel like I only got so many minutes in my life. So first of all, I'm not beefed out. If you're beefed out, I hope you work that out in therapy. But because I'm not beefed out, right? There's no beef. People grow different. right?
People do grow differently.
It's not growing apart. It's not. Sometimes people just grow different. But your people will be your people. I really do believe that. And so I think that that's one way. I think before my mom died, I was much more of a people pleaser. Much more of a people pleaser than I am now. Not to say, because I still have some people pleasing tendencies. Because in general, I just like to be nice. I like to be sweet. But before my mom died, I like to be sweet. And that was the end of the sentence. Now it's, I'm sweet, but I ain't no sucker. Right? And like, the I ain't no sucker part, since my mama died, is very important. Yeah. It's like very, very important. Because I feel like one thing my mom's death taught me was, like when you can't walk, right? When you can't chew for yourself, when you can't pee on your own, when you can't do that stuff, how you let people treat you when you had all your power and all your agency, it won't be no different. Then people gon' if they know you can't get up out their chair, if you let them talk crazy when you could, what you think they're gonna do when they know you stuck in that chair? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel much more. Again, my yes means yes, my no means no. My boundary it's hard. It's hard. And I don't care who you are. You can go. You'll be all right. We'll all adjust.
Working on that.
We'll all adjust.
I'm still working with it.
What do you think? And this could be a whole nother topic and a whole nother episode. What do you think your mom's death taught you about you?
What do I think my mom's death taught me about me? One, that I have always had all the support that I needed. And so all the other approvals, applause, and the like is extra. And it's also taught me that like I really am God's child. Right? Like Loretta stewarded me while I was down here, right? While she was here. But at the end of the day, I am God's child. Like ultimately the Lord is my provider and my protector. And there's nothing that anyone can do about that. Like I'm okay. And that's been a very wild conclusion to come to, especially because money has always been a trigger for me, and like feeling provided for and protected, and watching how that has become different.
Has it changed your money habits?
It has, and it has not. like right. I'm still in the pre-rich phase of my life.
Because we don't do broke.
I'm not claiming that one, but I'm still in I'm still very much in the pre-rich, phase. But I have started things like opening a high yield savings account, literally for my kids. I just started it because I wanted to make sure that I had something else to leave them than like a life insurance policy. So yes, like I look at my money with a more careful eye, but right now I don't know if I'm necessarily making enough to where like I'm out of the woods. But I'm also less stressed about it because I know at the end of the day I am provided for and protected because I am God's child. Yeah. What has your mom's death taught you about you?
About me?
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for you to come back with the question.
Well, why would you ask the question?
I just kept piling more. What has my mother's death taught me about me? This is gonna sound so terrible. I'm Jackie's daughter, right? So like I said earlier, in a different episode, I would have been a dermatologist right now. I would have done things just because my mother wanted me to, and quite frankly, my parents work hard to like, I'm a doctor, and that is because my parents busted their ass to put me in the best schools and provide me with the best opportunities. So I just would have done anything. Right? I love my daddy, but for my mom, I would have done anything, right?
Yeah.
And what her death taught me was I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
I can
literally,
and I can be whoever the fuck I want to be. And I mean, you can't be an asshole, right? So, unless you want the consequences.
You could, but you should not.
That's what it is. And that's what her death taught me is that I can do hard things or not. I can do nice things or not. I can do whatever career I want or not. Either way, the consequences are mine. Mm-hmm. They are mine. They belong to me. And so I make choices accordingly. But that's what her death taught me is that, like, I used to make choices, again, people pleasing. And most of that was like, it was really Jackie pleasing, quite frankly, right? But since her death, it's like, I remember med school graduation because I became a doctor because my mama told me I was going to be a doctor, right? Since I was 6 years old. There was really no other option. Excuse me. And at med school graduation, I was like, this bitch is dead. Like, I did all this work and she's not even
fucking die.
Like, she's not even here to say good job. That's what? Ma'am, I want a refund. So, when that happened, and I don't regret any of my life choices. I don't like my job. I like my career, but I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Literally.
And I am grown. Mm-hmm. And her death really made me realize that. In a way that was uncomfortable at first.
I am grown.
It was uncomfortable.
Pause right there.
Yeah.
I am grown.
Yeah.
Like, all of the consequences of my actions belong to me.
Yeah. And they affect me. Yep.
Mostly affect me. And there is no mama to, like, bail you out.
None.
And there is no mama to talk you through, even at like, this point.
That's okay.
You know?
There's no reassurance. There is no source of reassurance.
Or it comes from other places, but it don't feel the same.
It's not the same. Your homegirl being like, you'll be all right. It's different than like your mama being like, you got this.
Even my godmom, and I love that lady too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she is not my mama.
It's not the same. It's not the same. When I tell you the sorors wrap me up and they loved on me, and I have so many women that are like a mom.
They are.
They're not my mom.
And that's weird. Mm-hmm. Now I'm parenting me, and I feel like I'm not doing a great job all the time.
I'm doing a phenomenal job.
Parenting yourself?
I am.
Well, good for you, sister.
I am. I actually don't know if I am, but again, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Yes, you can, because you are a grown-up. You can do that.
I think you're doing a good job. I have observed it for many years. I think you're doing a good job. I think you are. I would say this. My mom died, and it sucks. And it sucks because I got 2 kids and a bunch of men around me with, Lord, the Y chromosome is missing.
Idiocy.
No, I wouldn't even call it's missing that part of the X, and that part has the common sense in it, right? So it's just like a broken X, right? So I'm just surrounded by, they're wonderful, but they just ain't got a ton of sense, right? But they are a form of support for me. Mm-hmm. That, quite frankly, like, I don't know that you have, right? You have homegirls, but you don't have, like, you don't have a ton of extra support.
I don't.
And that has never fallen on me, like, without notice. And it's something I've always, like, admired. But not only, like, admired, but made space for. So, like, when you call me, if you want to sit on the phone for an hour, we will, because, shit. That's what the fuck we doing today. Like, T need an hour on the phone today, and that's what we doing. But I think you're doing a good job. I don't think you give yourself as much credit as you need to.
I'm not gonna cry.
It's a happy moment, my bad. You know, we keep it G. But I do mean that. I think you're doing great. This shit hard.
This shit is hard.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know, moving around out here in the world without our mothers creates a lot of opportunity in a bunch of different ways, but specifically in the way that we govern ourselves, in the way that we govern ourselves around others, and the choices we make. So, I don't know how long we've been talking, but I think before we go, if we were to pose a final question, and this is to you too, right? Question.
Be rehearsed. Me too. No, it was It was the ways that it's not so great.
Oh yeah. Okay. So in what ways has your mom's death changed you that weren't so great? And then how can you address it to make it better?
I think I've talked about some of it throughout. But again, my tolerance is non-existent since December 17th, 2016, rather. It doesn't exist. I woke up on December 18th with 0 fucks to give. I mean, the bucket of fucks was depleted, and
the bucket disappeared.
But like you think you're gonna build it up. Like I thought my reserve of fucks to give would return, but it never did. And I've been working through that in therapy. To be honest, I can recognize that it's probably not the best, but I don't think I care. I think that, and I'm working through this.
Okay.
So bear with me while I'm human.
Okay.
I think I'm a very considerate, kind, and sweet person, but again, I govern myself, and so I'm just doing the best I can with that. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean I'm hating, and I feel okay with that.
Okay.
Probably to an extreme that my mom, I think what her existence did for me was like, okay, Britt, you are on 100. I need you back over here, somewhere around 50%, right? But I don't have, there's like not a human on this earth that can do that for me anymore. And so I just think I'm all the way over there now. And I like it. I feel comfortable there. My therapist be like, ma'am, every Thursday, she just be like, sis, bring it back. We haven't done that yet.
Okay. So
the fucks
tolerance is low. The fucks are gone.
They're gone.
That's the bad
They're
thing.
in the red.
You are working on it by going to therapy.
Yes. I would say that. On camera, yes, I am working on it. Yes, I'm working on it.
Only on camera?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. For real.
I don't know if she is, but I'm going to pray for my sister because I support her in all of her rights and all of her wrongs. Cameron's about to die. So, really quickly, mine is I have detached emotionally from the people, specifically men, and I don't know why it's specifically men, but my ability to be vulnerable has gone out the window. I guess I felt like I lost my person that understood me the best, and it's like Kanye West, we're here, bud.
Sort of.
I'm working on mine. I don't know if
he is too. He's doing the best he can. It's
hard. It is difficult.
It's hard. He makes so much sense to me. We're not gonna go down that road. But he makes a ton of sense.
We'll have to do a Kanye.
He literally makes a ton of sense to me. But go ahead.
But and so it's just like you don't understand me. You're not gonna understand me. And if you're trying to understand me, what do you want from me? I'm just very skeptical. Like my security blanket of a person is gone, and therefore going out and trying new things, quote unquote, is.
How do you think you're working on that?
In therapy. Like, I'm trying to date, but if I'm being honest, I'm paying the niggas dust. I need to stop doing that. I'm gonna make a more conscious effort to be open, but I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist about it.
Me too. Cause we trying.
I'm trying. And you gotta be aware of your thing, right? Like you can't fix it if you don't know what it is. So calling a spade is like step one to getting over it. So tell us what way you have changed for the negative after the loss of your mom, and how are you getting over it? Because you can't stay like that.
We out of time. We out of time.
Pretty much.
I'm not gonna tell them that. My mama death made me realize you can't be perfect no matter what. So you might as well just do you. That was the last fuck in the bucket. My bad. I'm done now. Taking it out. Take it out, T.
We're gonna go.
Take us out.
We will share the things. Please join our community on here. Subscribe to the channel if your mama did.
Or if you have a different type of relationship with your mom, she doesn't have to be dead.
She don't gotta be dead, but
I don't know. I think it's a lot of people out here looking for guidance that they couldn't have got.
Because they had a non-traditional relationship with their mama.
Yeah. That's a talk for another day. We're out of time. I'm putting this away.
Your mama being dead is non-traditional.
As fuck.
Or is it traditional? Because all mamas be dying. Okay, we're gonna get off of here. Love y'all so much.
Don't report us.
Or do.
So, if you learned something, or if you have something that you want to share about how your mom's death changed you, habits you developed after your mom died, things you've learned about yourself since your mom died, definitely share. Please subscribe. It's all about building community. I think of all the things we said today, most of what I got out of it is that your person is gone, right? Or at least a big person in your life is gone. And so if we build a big enough community, maybe all of them will take the place of this person or try to fill that space, you know? We just keep building.
You don't got your mama no more, but you got us.
There it is.
We here for you.
There it is.
I'm here for you.
There it is. Me and your therapist. We got you.
Okay.
We got you.
We'll see you next time. Bye.